To our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we continue on in Wildcard Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wildcard game. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Here we go. 319. 319. Hot. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now Cohen. It goes as a gain of 8. It moves the chains.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
On 2nd down, Rosen. Over the middle, that's caught by Miller. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. That right there, a good preview of the matchup we intend to watch closely here in this wildcard game.
And it's going to go throughout the game, but let's face it. You just mentioned it, wildcard. We're just starting the playoffs. If you didn't run your number 1 guy on their number 1 guy throughout the season, you do it now. The playoffs have begun, best on best.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And this will be a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
That's a lot of beef thundering downfield off of the toss play, and it takes me back to when I was a kid and watching USC play. Remember the old toss that they ran? Used to call it student body right or student body left because everyone was out in front of the ball carrier. In fact, one of their favorite plays, it was called rose stem right or rose stem left, depending on the formation. 28 toss, and 28 toss was their bread and butter.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry, 51 yards. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. No problem there on the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
The good old toss play, and this time they go to the left side, so give a lot of credit to the offensive line. Center, guard, tackle, able to seal that side, but the guy that we don't give enough credit to, wide receivers. They have to do a great job of blocking downfield. Otherwise, that play can be spilled in the backfield. In this case, everyone handled their responsibilities, and they picked up really nice yardage.
The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
On second down, here's Rosen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. From midfield now, here's Rosen. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That throw good for 4. It's second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Justin Houston coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Hurry up, here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Rosen. Looking deep for Gabriel. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Malik McDowell there to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Mahomes. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Taken in at the 11. Dances by him. Oh, now he bowls him over. A nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And here comes the Texans now. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? And maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually broke that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Off the toss, Cohen. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble. Now
Rosen on 1st down. He's got that one complete to Darbo. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Blue 90! Blue 90!
Rosen will throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Antonio Callaway, 36 yards. And the Texans are in for 6. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Gets it to Gordon. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Mahomes now to throw. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. Trying to get it to Clay that time.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
This is Cohen on the toss. Nice footwork at the 25. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Throwing now, Rosen on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Mark Andrews, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Lutz now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So a minute 56 to play in this first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
After the interception, here's Rosen. He's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Carlos Dunlap able to drop him for a loss of 4. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. This is Cohen. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
On 3rd down, Rosen. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Now Lutz for the field goal try. This will be, let's see, 38 yards out. And Lutz's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Here's Martin as they begin on the ground. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Working from the gun, Mahomes. It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Mahomes now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Now Mahomes. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They go play action here on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line.
Ready! Green 39! Green 39!
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. They begin the drive on the ground with Cohen. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
So we're at halftime of this AFC Wildcard matchup as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC Wildcard game. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to the ground. This time it's Martin. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
This is Hunt. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Play fake there to Hunt. Now Mahomes. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. He'll field this at the 5. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. On 2nd down, Rosen. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And the Browns getting set to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 39. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
2nd and 10. It's Rosen again. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. He's picked off at his own 47. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
On the run, this is Hunt. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Damon Harrison with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he's going to go down again. Tyus Bowser, he's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is taken around the 12. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll start with a give to Cohen. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Play action, Rosen. Eluding the pressure right. Looking deep for Gabriel. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Rosen. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Landry now on the return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. 55 yards. And the Browns get a score closer. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
3-19.
Rosen on 1st and 10. Incomplete. Mike Williams, the intended target. And now it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. He's airing it out for Williams. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. They run. This is Cohen. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
On second down, here's Rosen. That's complete over the middle to Callaway. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now Rosen. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Carlos Dunlap in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the fourth. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Now let's go. 3-19.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Texans on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd down and 12.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Here's Rosen. Flush to his right. He can run. And the ball is knocked out. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover.
Ready. Green 90. Green 90.
Now it's Hunt. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They run again with Hunt, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Mahomes now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail!
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And now here is another interception. Sua Cravens with a pick. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick 6s.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
They need a touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Browns on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This time it's 3rd and 3. A toss play to Hunt, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Mahomes got to have this one. Left side here, caught by Clay. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And his throw here is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company.
Black 58, Rail. Black 58.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Here's Matt Bosher now. He's been terrific so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they take a knee. And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes home.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.